Hey, welcome back to Leading Edge. Good to have you guys along with us. They have become some of the most popular shows on TV, and they involve science, the science of solving crimes. As an area of study, I think it's called forensic science. Now, that science is written into many fictional cases we watch, the CSIs of the world. But my next guest uses her detective skills to solve true cases. I mean, real cases on the Oxygen cable television network. I want to welcome into my program. This is Tonya Rider. She is one of the detectives who solves cases on the show Cold Justice. I read that is the highest rated show on the Oxygen Network. Just kicked off a new season this month. And I want to welcome Tonya Rider, former cop, TPD, still, I'm going to say still a detective because she's still out, picking up clues. Also an instructor at Bowling Green State University of the Criminal Justice Program. She teaches forensic investigations, also directs their Title IX program. It's great to have a big network TV star in the show. Good to have you along. This policing thing, always in your blood growing up in Toledo? Or I know you became a Toledo cop at a pretty young age, like 21. Did you grow up fostering that idea or no?
I didn't grow up with that idea, but once I clued in on the fact that this is something I could be good at, I just jumped in with both feet. I had a desire to want to learn more and learn about the community and just solve problems.
And you made that happen, like I said, 21 when you became a cop, Toledo police officer. And we will
Yes,
have to point out, I think this is fair. You knew fairly early and loved the street cops, the beat cops. We need them. They're out there protecting and serving. But you knew
yes.
pretty early, I want to be that crime solver. I want to be that detective person. Is that right? Do you know what drove that in you?
I think for me, the thing that drove it was the fact that I would leave calls as a road officer and still have questions about what happened after we'd left. Like, did they resolve that thing fully, or what happened to that family, or did they find the murderer? So I wanted to know what happened after we left, and that just kind of piqued my curiosity.
Is that what makes a good detective, or what does make a good detective?
I think that that makes a good detective, and I also think that knowing how to talk to and treat people goes a very long way.
Hmm. Interactions with people, the curiosity. Those things
Yes.
also play pretty big in journalism. Naturally curious, want to solve things. I wonder what that's going on over there. I want to figure it out.
Exactly.
I know you worked on the very high-profile Father Gerald Robinson murder case in Toledo. Cases that you're working for Cold Justice, I know we really can't go into because they're active. I'm familiar with
Yes.
how they work. How do you get connected with those cases, though? Do you suggest them to does TV just call and say, Tonya, we're working this one? Do police departments call and say, hey, we've got this thing on site? How do you guys determine which cases you're going to do?
Well, we get them in a variety of ways. Most departments reach out to us and they have to give us permission to work the case because we need obviously all the documents and everything so that we can help assist them. However, I've had people contact me through social media
Hmm.
and they've contacted other investigators, Kelly Siegler as well. She'll get tons of emails from people that are either from families or from police jurisdictions that want to bring a case to our attention.
Yeah. As I mentioned off the top of this segment, Tonya Ryder, our guest, she works as one of the investigators on Cold Justice on the Oxygen Network. These shows have just become, it's been was CSI the first one that just
I think
intrigued
it
us so much.
was.
I mean, in my youth, if somebody, it was a big deal if they found a fingerprint someplace, right?
Yes.
But I mean, now they're doing it through the just most minute kinds of ways. How has forensic science changed the way you go about solving crimes?
Well, I think it's made us as investigators more aware of the fact that we can find a multitude of evidence in a variety of ways. And it's not just the fingerprint anymore. It's skin cells now. It's it's hairs, it's fibers. It's a variety of things that we can use to help build a case and determine who the perpetrator is. So it's been wonderful to work in law enforcement at this period of time when there's so many resources available.
I have to assume DNA was one of the big ones. You talk about microscopic, but now we're going inside the human cell and
Yes.
finding the basic building blocks of humankind and identifying with an extremely high degree of confidence that that is that person's, right?
Yes, and the amazing part is that when DNA was first introduced, we needed like a half a cup or a tablespoon or something, a large amount of blood or bodily fluid to be able to make that determination. And now you can do that with as small as a pinprick worth of blood. So it's fascinating.
You're teaching at Bowling Green State University, instructing there. Is the field of forensic science, is it growing? That is, are more and more kids expressing interest in this field?
Yes, a lot of college age students are now interested because you have two different groups. You have the group that is interested in being a police officer and actually going out and making arrests. And then you have the other group that's the hard science group that's into the biology and the chemistry that wants to be able to help those officers, you know, come up with a perpetrator. So it's a nice marriage between the two because I like having classes that have a variety of interests in them.
Are you able to work your cases, your real life cases, into your coursework at PG?
Oh, absolutely. I use them as guinea pigs all the time. I'll just ask them what they think of the various cases that have already aired or that some of my colleagues have worked on to see if they come to the same conclusions. And I always tell them it doesn't matter the route that you take to get to the resolution. It just matters that you get there. So if one person has an idea of what the best lead is and another student has another idea, I just let them go for it and see where we end up. Let's throw it all on the wall and see what happens.
Well, I would imagine an investigation that leads me nicely because I started to think about the work you do professionally. Do more days as a detective end in frustration because you're just not able to solve this jigsaw puzzle, or in satisfaction over having that aha moment? I think I figured it out. Because I'm guessing there are more of the former than the latter.
Yes, I'd like to say it's the opposite. However, because they're so far and few between, those aha moments are amazing. But part of being frustrated also is it kind of spurs you on to continue to search, to continue to strive to find the answer. So frustration in a way can be a positive.
If you use it as fuel, if it fires
Exactly.
you up. All right. Um, so TV, is it making you rich?
Hardly, but I love what I do.
All right, so we're going to be watching on Saturdays. It's the Oxygen Network. She is Tonya Rider. Do you ever, I mean, you're out there trying to solve crimes, trying to get the bad guys and reel them in, but while you're doing that, they're still out there. You ever scared they're coming after you?
Well, I'm not scared that anyone in particular would be coming after me, but I feel that the show gives me a high visibility in the community, especially in Toledo small, you know that.
Yeah.
And when we're in the actual jurisdictions working the cases, you also have the issue of people that might watch the show and see you in the area and put two and two together. But we have a great team when we're on the road, and when I'm here, I'm very self-aware of where I'm at and what I'm doing, so I feel safe.
Neat to meet you. We'll continue watching and keep solving those crimes. My thanks to Tonya Rider, television crime solver and forensic science instructor at Bowling Green State University, keeping us on the leading edge of television's and really our society's deep interest in solving the previously unsolved and hopefully getting justice in the process. Be well.